to FW-190D9 Dora startup training. I am Top Gun with the AKA War Dog Squadron. I'll be working off of checklist version 1.1. So I'm going to do this a little out of sequence like most of the other World War II aircraft. I'm going to go ahead and close the canopy to start with so I don't have to deal with the engine noise. This is something that you will not generally do until you're ready to take off on the runway, because you want to be able to lean your head out left and right in order to see better where you're taxiing to, along with the traditional zigzag pattern of taxiing that you'll do in most of the World War II fighters. But let's go ahead and close the canopy first, which is this crank handle over here. You can either key map that to your HOTAS or just click where the middle axis meets the frame, and you can use your mouse wheel to close the canopy. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn on the oxygen. So mouse wheel over that. Turn on all the forward circuit breakers. And close the panel. And go ahead and turn on all of the rear circuit breakers that apply. Now this second to last one right here is labeled auxiliary tank. That's for drop tanks. So if you don't have one loaded, you can go ahead and leave that one turned off. Let's go ahead and turn on the magnetos full forward. And turn on the fuel tank selector full open. And move your throttle to the idle start position, and you'll generally want to key bind that. It's labeled throttle to start in the key binding list. And from here, go ahead and set your radio. It's this rotary right down here. Like the P-51, this aircraft cannot manually select a frequency in flight. This just has a couple of presets which have to be done in the mission editor. But let's go ahead and contact ATC. So bring up the comm menu, and then F5, and F1 for your current airfield, and then F3.
Kudasi, Springfield, 1-1, request startup. Springfield, 1-1, Kutaisi, cleared for startup.
Okay, now this part is the challenging piece. You've got to uncover this handle right here, and you actually have to press and hold this down for a good long time. I think the manual says it's like 20 or 25 seconds, but I've found it's actually more realistic to be probably around 30, maybe 35 seconds. And once, basically what that does is it engages a flywheel and gets it spinning up to speed. And then when you pull it, you engage the clutch and it starts the engine spinning. And you can, if you have the in-cockpit sounds turned up high enough, you can hear it without any problem. I've got mine turned down pretty low, so I'm not sure if you'll hear it or not. But they're called starter power and starter clutch in the key binding list. So you may want to key bind these just to make it a little easier. So let's go ahead and press and hold this down. So we're going to give this a good 30 seconds or so. And there's no priming necessary. There is a primer pump in here, but that may only be necessary for like extreme cold days. I've not really had to use it. Alright, we're coming up on 30 seconds. And we'll give it a shot. Nope. As you can see, sometimes it takes a good while, so let's try it one more time. I'll give this one 35 seconds. And if you do have a failed start attempt, you don't need to move the throttle back to the off position and back up or anything like that. You shouldn't need to do any priming. You just need to get the flywheel spinning up to speed enough. So we're almost there. Alright, let's give it a shot. And then advance the throttle a little bit. And make sure your tilt wheel brakes are engaged so you don't start drifting. At this point you can go ahead and put your flaps into a takeoff position. And you can check your flaps indicator, verify that they're moving. Okay. Now we can go ahead and turn on the MW50 system. And really, that's about all there is to it. If you want, you can go ahead and turn on internal illumination. This rotary right here. But that's pretty much it. At this point, you're free to contact ATC and get taxiing. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you.